There was zero.
And with all the fucking Bailey and Banks and shit, it's good to see some other women get some spotlight. You know, Charlotte and Bailey and Banks and Asuka, they've all been eating up the camera time lately. And it's
right.
Like, this is good. I appreciate it. I did or did not appreciate the next match. It was fun for what it's worth, but the ending was just... Ray, you signed up for 3 more years of this. Oh, Ray.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about the street fight between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic came out in a Power Rangers outfit without a mask. I think he needed the mask. He had a hood, though, so it's getting there. It's creeping up his head. It's just going to come down his face.
And probably the only good thing about this match, at least for me, I marked out so hard when Seth Rollins came out in the Halloween Havoc 97 Rey Mysterio gear. I marked out so hard, and my son looked at me and he's like, "You, the fuck are you talking about?" So
yeah,
I went and showed
you
him.
messaged me about it. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "Look it up on Google." I looked it up. I'm like, "Well, he's got purple pants on."
Well, when he came out with the shirt and everything, it was the whole thing with the shirt.
Oh,
I even said that he went to the ring.
I'm
and
old.
took the
I don't
shirt
really
off.
pay attention to entrances unless it's the Fiend.
He went to the ring and took the shirt off, and I was like, "Oh no, that kills it! You got to keep the shirt on." But I showed the picture to my son, and he just looked at me and he's like, "You are such a nerd." The fact that I knew exactly what pay-per-view that was from, it's like, oh, but it was awesome. I marked out for that.
I'm pretty sure the
hard.
commentary team didn't even say anything about it.
They said nothing. Nothing. I was just marking. He should have kept the shirt on though.
Yeah,
because that gives it the whole outfit.
Seth Rollins being a good wrestling fan's heel. That's great stuff.
Too right. Yeah, one of those things that maybe the fans nowadays probably wouldn't even catch it at all. It just looked like a neat kind of outfit.
Yeah, he did it specifically for you.
Yeah, he did. God bless Seth Rollins. He's the Messiah.
He is the Monday Night Messiah for you.
He is the Messiah. Other than that, I don't even have any notes for this because I just...
I mean, Dominic looked okay for a while. That's the thing I have to say about Dominic. Like, he looks okay for a bit. And then you realize this is an actual wrestling match in a wrestling company, and he's just a child. He's the same child that Eddie and Ray fought over, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't 2 years old. Fucking 28 years ago. It's probably more like it.
Yeah, it was... they never used the table, did they? I think that bothered me too. They set up a table and never used the table.
Didn't Dominic put himself through it? No, I don't know. There was
I think it was still together when the show ended. It was still just sitting there knocked over. I could be wrong.
Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara had a tables match on Dynamite this week, and Matt put himself through a few tables. So I don't know. It's kind of tables. My brain's just gonna think about Dynamite.
Right.
So.
The one thing I will say about this, and it's actually probably a good thing. So maybe there is another good thing. The one thing was about halfway through, even I'd say Seth Rollins was just completely on the offensive and just going ape shit crazy on him. He was even threatening Angie, Dominic's mom.
Yeah.
He had cuffed Ray to the ring. Ray couldn't do anything. Just all of this, just being such an evil fucking heel. And I told my son, I was like, well, now I know for sure that Seth's losing because he's just being this disgusting monster heel. And 30 seconds after I said that, he pinned him. I was like, oh, wow. So, I mean, they definitely subverted my expectations on that. I will give them that, because the way it was playing out, I was like, God, there's no way that Seth wins.
Yeah, no, I thought Dominic was going to win.
He was too dominant.
Yep.
Otherwise, not much. And I don't think Ray looked good either. Just, I know it's supposed to be his honor or whatever, but he just fucking sat there as his kid is getting just fucking demolished in a street fight where it's legal for him to interfere. That's my problem.
Wouldn't let his wife do anything about it. You gotta let him do this. You gotta let him get his ass kicked. So he decides he doesn't want to be a wrestler.
Right.
So I can get out of my contract.
If this was a regular match, I could maybe understand. I mean, even then, no. I mean, that's your son.
Yeah,
but, you know, okay, Ray has honor. But in a street fight, that's still honorable.
Uh-huh. But then when he gets handcuffed to the ropes and he's crying and reaching out for his son at the end, and it's like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be standing at the ringside watching your son get his ass beat. Right?
Where's your honor, bitch?
Jeez, you fucking flip-flopper. I didn't realize you were the Big Show.
And it's so pathetic when this is the callback I'm going to. You look at this match with Dominic Mysterio. You look at the NXT match with Pat McAfee. And McAfee was so much a better wrestler. Even, let's say, not grading on a curve. Like, just actually in the ring and telling the story and selling. Yeah. Oh, man.
In no universe could Dominic Mysterio beat Pat McAfee in a fight. Real or fake.
No, not at all. It's unfathomable.
I could probably beat up Dominic Mysterio. I probably wouldn't because I'd feel bad, but Seth Rollins seems to get a kick out of it.
I just don't know what they're going to do with this Dominic feller. I really don't. It's not my problem.
He's not worth 3 more years. I'm saying that right now. He's not worth Ray signing up for 3 more years. He wasn't worth Ray coming back in the first place. Ray should be in AEW or something. Probably not AEW. But we got Jude on that Young Bucks. Maybe not Jude. Hey, Jude. That's what I meant. Jude Law on that Young Bucks match at All Out. All In. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This was bad. It was hard to watch. I felt bad for Ray, but at the same time, he was the dumbass who didn't help out any, even when Murph Dirt got involved. He's just like,
Right. I mean, when the best part of the match is the entrance, it's like it's either an Undertaker match or it's pathetic.
Yeah.
So, and it was pretty pathetic. I gave it a C-, I think, and that might be being.
Oh, and Dominic Mysterio has the worst 619 I've ever seen.
He's too long for it.
He's too huge. Yeah, like there's no momentum. There's no momentum. It's just slow motion.
Just because stick with the frog splash works.
And he sucks at climbing the ropes. Splash. The frog splash was good.
It was decent. Like you said,
I love that the announce team was like, Uncle Eddie's smiling down. I'm like, yep, he's saying, that's my boy.
Exactly. Papa Eddie. Papa Eddie.
Papa Eddie wouldn't let him wrestle. Should have lost custody.
Papa Eddie would have jumped in that match and whooped the shit out of Seth Rollins. He would have beat the fuck out of him.
Hey, think if Ray would have died all those years ago instead of Eddie, he wouldn't have killed somebody.
You're so morbid.
I know.
That is so fucking morbid. So many things are wrong with that sentence. I mean, you are correct. I'm not saying you're wrong. You are correct.
And maybe Benoit's family would still be alive. Holy shit, Ray, you should have died.
Legitimately, the Benoit thing, you're actually correct about also.
Yep.
It seems like that's one of the things that really pushed him over the edge. So maybe, you know what? Maybe had Ray died instead of Eddie, that was one death, but it could have saved three other deaths.
Yep. And we wouldn't have to watch Dominic Mysterio in WWE right now, probably.
Right? We could have Shaul Guerrero in there. I'll take Shaul over Dominic.
Yeah. I want to see that match.
Haven't even seen her wrestle, but I'll take it. We talked more about this. And 22 fucking minutes of this shit?
Yep.
22 fucking minutes of this shit.
They tried to take his eye out, too.
With the steel steps.
It's the only way.
Steel steps. It just doesn't even make sense. My son, I was like, that's how they took out Rey Mysterio's eye. He looked right at me. He was like, they should have used a melon baller. I was like, see, even you know a better way to do it. Yeah, they should have used a melon baller. That's fucking perfect. That's what, melon ballers are made for, balling melons and taking out eyeballs. It's about the only two things they're good for.
Yep.
Should have used a melon baller. You just said it with a straight face, too. Should have used a melon baller. Oh, it was something that didn't need a melon baller, Pasty. Raw Women's Championship match. Asuka actually defeated Sasha Banks with Bayley.
Because she was pissed because she got fucked in the first match. Yeah, Bayley didn't help her friend Sasha Banks. And then on SmackDown tonight, rubbed it into Sasha's face, saying, well, you're just not destined to ever defend the Raw Women's Championship on a pay-per-view. And it was like, holy shit. And then they're still friends, and they're going to defend their tag team championships at the pay-per-view on Sunday, which we'll get into in just a short bit. But this was... I think it's an interesting dynamic where they're going to pan Sasha as the babyface against heel Bayley.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. That's where it's going, which is interesting. I like this Bayley heel character. As little as I've seen her, I've enjoyed her every time I've seen her. I think it really works.
It's a little weird. She was backstage on SmackDown, and they were doing a segment at the end. She's like, let's go, dog, talking to Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks was still standing there not really paying attention, so she said it like 2 more times, calling her a dog. No, Bayley. I don't like it.
No, I really thought this was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this.
Yes.
One of the better women's matches we've seen in a long time. Asuka and Banks, I mean, they really wrestled a good match. They had counters. There was psychology. You could really tell the story. And I think it helped that we had part of the story earlier, for sure.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Asuka winning this match was, to me, I was okay with her not winning both belts.
Yeah.
The way she won this match. She wrestled a better match on this one. Like you said, she was pissed off. She lost the last one, and she's like, I'm going to do better this match. And she did it.
Mm-hmm. And it's necessary. It's so necessary to tell this story that they're telling between Banks and Bayley and to hopefully carry it to Mania. But I feel like if they're going to lose the championships potentially on Sunday, how long can this feud possibly... I don't know if it makes it to Mania.
I don't know.
And then the real question is, what, are they going to start it with Hell in a Cell? Like, is that going to be their first match at Hell in a Cell? They're going to put them in the cell, and I'm going to like that match a lot, but you're not going to have much room to wiggle after that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. And then, like you said, the ending came where basically almost the same thing. Asuka went for a hip attack on Sasha. She missed, but Bayley moved out of the way because she didn't want to get hit.
Mm.
And then Asuka took Sasha out. I mean, I don't know. Bayley didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion.
Right. She
moved. Yeah, she just moved from getting hit by the hip attack. The same thing Sasha should have done last time. But it is good because, it's planting the seeds. We know what's going on.
Mm.
And we need this to happen. It's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, we've been waiting.
But I loved this match. I gave this match an A. Surprisingly, on this whole card, the 2 matches I liked the most was this match and the Mandy Rose DeVille match, and they both got an A from me. So
yeah,
on a SummerSlam with 3 women's matches, they did right by me.
One thing I'm going to say I don't like, on SmackDown, they aired a package about Sasha and Bayley's NXT match. They haven't lost their tag team championships yet. It's too soon to do that.
I agree, but that is one of the best
NXT
great takeover matches ever.
Yep. I think my favorite NXT Brooklyn.
Oh man.
Yep.
Awesome. I love it.
I do. But it was definitely too soon to show that package because you're not there yet. You're not there yet.
Yeah, they haven't even split, let alone,
So what, everybody's posting that they know it's happening. Then just let them enjoy the ride. You don't have to paint the picture for them before the fucking pay-per-view that you planned 7 days after the last one.